Flat Earth British, Martin Liedtke speaking. Welcome back. Flat thumbs to all, to the great Flat Earth British think tank for what will be another mind-splatting post. So be excited, be very excited, and do buckle in. Puzzle pieces will be put in place in this post. I'm going to need help from the collective consciousness to put some of these pieces together, okay, because I'm almost there, is what I'm saying, guys, and I just need that little bit of help, okay? All will be explained in this post. Now, what are we going to talk about in this post? Wow. Make sure to share this out, guys. We're going to talk about possibility Jesus Christ, okay, in a physical form, being a giant. Was Jesus a giant? Dun dun dun. And we're going to talk about the psyche, consciousness. We're going to put a few pieces together, okay, and we're going to talk about water, but in this case, unholy water. We're going to talk about font water, programming water, okay, and the consciousness and memory, if you like, of water along the way. Okay, there'll be plenty in this post. Okay, we're going to talk about information coming out of the water. We're going to look into the message or the allegory from Greek mythology. Okay, with water nymphs and the birth of Venus and all of these watery Phoenician themes. Pieces will make sense at the end, okay, of this post. I hope. So share this out, guys. There'll be loads of fantastic stuff to look at, think about. So do enjoy, okay? Love and light up. Good news is Lee, Flat Earth British subscriber channel, is also back. So we're very happy about that. So, on with the show. Now, I'm going to start here, guys. Jesus Christ in physical form. Now, you can think of this in the terms of a consciousness, Christ consciousness, or the word, or the invocation, if you like. But this will be the physical character of Jesus Christ, who, to my recollections, or discoveries, what we'll be looking at now, was somewhere ahead of the Enlightenment, or somewhere before the Middle Ages was in existence, okay? And we're going to look into that now. Was Jesus a big dude, okay? The original OJ, Jesus. What do you think? Dun, dun, dun. We're going to start here. Now, firstly, okay, there's enough evidence out there because of the birthplace of Nazareth of Jesus, etc. It's not far off the border with Canaan, the cannibal Canaanite empire of the Phoenicians. So it has been put out there because of his connection with, the sea and the fishermen, that Jesus was a Phoenician. So what we're going to say is Jesus Christ was a good Phoenician. Okay, I will put it as far as to say that the Jews never actually killed Jesus Christ, and it was the Phoenicians. Later, a good Phoenician also, the Emperor Vespasian, basically set out to avenge the death of Jesus Christ in the Middle Ages and ransacked a lot of Europe, as we have talked about on a previous post on the Celtic Tartarian channel. Now, Middle Ages depiction of Jesus crucified to a mast of a Venetian ship. Now, as you can see, the people are dressed in Middle Ages clothes, as they would be, because all of this stuff went down in the Middle Ages, or just before. So I'm guessing Jesus would have to be a pretty big dude to be nailed to a mast of an actual ship, because they are, massive, aren't they? So, is Jesus a giant? Now, what I'm finding is in a lot of medieval, or what you call, Middle Ages art, they will show you that Jesus Christ is in fact not only crucified, okay, to a mast of a ship, which makes more sense to myself, okay, than on a cross on a hill with a load of criminals. No, Also, you get like bas reliefs. This one's, I don't know what this is made out of. Looks like ivory or something. But Jesus, okay, is on a cross, but he's definitely a big dude because he's a lot bigger than them. And here also, okay, Jesus next to two other people, okay, and he's a big dude. They also go crazy on building big Jesuses, don't they? It's flat, people. Okay, it's, as you can see, it's completely flat. Okay, no curves, no spinning, watery, sweaty gonad in the vacuum of space. So they do put Jesus in statues in massive form all over this place. This one's in Russia. Okay, a humongous giant Jesus. And here's another original OJ Jesus. Okay, which is massive also. We also have different angels, like the Angel of the North and different ones. They've obscured the face of this one. I don't know why. Don't think it's an actual human being. Hope not. There's someone being crucified. Like this guy, or this Jesus, is up on a telegraph pole. Curiouser and curiouser, said Alice. Now, this is an interesting story. We'll pick up on the narrative of it later, but it's basically under Lake Michigan. Thousands and thousands of people have visited this. Story is of a family that had a giant Jesus built, but they didn't really want it anymore, so they dumped it in the bottom of Lake Michigan. When it freezes over, you can stand above it and actually see this thing. But it's massive, and it's giant. It's now haunting. So there's a fair few descriptions of what Jesus is like in different narratives. So this is the story, basically, 1956. A tragic farming accident caused the death of 15-year-old Gerard Skablinski. Gerard's family commissioned this huge 11-foot crucifix statue from Italy. Unfortunately, it was badly damaged during the voyage and the family no longer wanted it. Well, it looks absolutely fantastic to me. A little bit of super glue on the arms. Okay, and that would be absolutely great. I don't think you need to dump it because they put his arms back on to dump it in the water, mind you. Something going on with that. You see? I think they could have fixed it. But what a fantastic shot, guys. Absolutely fantastic. So, some of the subjects we're going to talk about on the development of this post in a minute, guys. Buzzy, to say the least, when I explain something to you. This is Apocalypta from basically, it's really early, it's the 16th century. But they do show religious characters as giants in these churches. And we're going to talk a little bit about this as well in this post. Fonts and the water. In this case, they're boiling someone up because they like to have strange meat. Purplers, the Venetians, even the Phoenician hat. So in these depictions, you do get a big Jesus. This is a slightly different booklet from the same area, the Abrahamic tree. The Noah tree. Which we're going to have a little think about in this post as well. Because apparently, according to some biblical narratives, there's an Enochian relationship with Jesus, and he might be a 25-generation giant Nephilim along the way. Which would actually make some sense, but where's the information? Well, this tree's been broken by something, these star thoughts, and another tree has just sprouted out of it. Now, the information's in the water. We breathe in water. We breathe out water. We're in some sort of fluid, although we don't recognise it because we have no frame of reference. But we know through what they say in science is water and oxygen are very closely connected. One hydrogen atom apart. Now, the water itself, okay, the information, the data stream, it actually manufactures reality. It actually manufactures dreams. Okay, this is all happening in this realm, if you want to think of it in a simulation sense. Look at this falling from the sky. Now, if you think of the parasites, these who are definitely infected by infected words. I was on a show which I'll talk about shortly with Paul, who is Black Sheep researcher, who was talking about the vowel reset, when this language, this phonetics, and all the similarities in all of these different phonetic languages, and the words themselves being spells from the vibrational quality, changing the geometric structure of this realm. Now, if you remember, we'll talk along the way that water holds memory, and it holds memory of everything that's happened in this place. Would you agree that Jesus is an incredibly big, giant dude? So, in this apocalypta, they are giant Jesuses. I don't know what's happening with the blood red sky. It's a bit of a tragic affair because it's basically the apocalypse, isn't it? So, when the vibration changes and we come into this new era of evolution consciousness, because what's happening here, guys, is evolution is actually evolving, excuse that phrase, but it is developing with us at the same time as we are becoming awake. It is also becoming more awake, and it is showing us more of the real reality that is there. Okay, now all is mind in this place. We are a dream within a dream. Our higher selves are in a realm above us. This realm they've turned into a dark density realm through fear and negativity and the obvious. Now, because humanity is waking up to this fact, everybody, that the powers that should not be have been using spells and black magic and hypnosis and a whole number of attacks on us since the very beginning, then we never ever become our true selves. But now, the human potential is open. I myself personally think it's unlimited because anything is possible in this realm once you know. I myself would like to harness or adopt abilities. I would like to harness isokinesis, the ability to affect reality to save the day, guys. We've changed reality already, guys. So we've done that. So it can be done again to save the entire day. Where's the information? In the clouds. And the vibration of the sound coming from these trumpets of the angels, electrical forces, causing in this case blood rain, but flooding in the apocalypse. Jesus dude, again, bloody Jesus, and you've got the many-headed Hydra and the whole of the narrative for Revelation, Book of Revelation. And you have medieval knights here, look, because it's all set in the medieval era. We have one of those Phoenician icons in the church, and everyone in the Catholic Church, or these Jesuits, are dropping to their knees and sucking up to an evil entity, and everyone else is getting fed into the beast. Now, I think that's what's going on, you know, guys. I know it's not in a physical getting fed into the mouth of the beast, but I think as we all ascend or get into this process to change, because the whole of humanity is changing and is about to change in a fantastical way, then we need to be ready. Now, we are all appointed guardian angels, genies, if you like, jinn, if you like, good ones, bad ones, Janus, if you like, two faces, two facets, good and evil, tempting you all the while. Now, the bad mind is actually, in a funny, peculiar sort of way, demanding purity, because it gives you all the temptation and everything and offers you everything, like, you know, Jesus on the mountain, I will give you everything below, or Xerxes, I will give you all the empires if you just, get on your knee. Actually, my knee's hurting today, sort of thing going on. Look at all this blood in the apocalypse. Jesus is spewing blood out of his mouth, look. And these are in, I guess, the night sky. So, the information's in the water. Now, if you think of this in form of simulation, and anything is possible in this realm. Okay, because it's a dream within a dream, and everything happens on the higher realm anyway, our higher selves before this place, because this is a reflection, and we are being judged the whole while and being watched, as they definitely tell us in their allegories and pictures and depictions. Dog heads. And then there's a judgment. There's a judgment at the end, guys. I think judgment, a spiritual judgment for good deeds and bad deeds, is a thing in this place. Now, unfortunately, it seems like a good percentage of Earth's population or the realm at the moment, unwittingly or through consent or non-consent, serving the evil mindset, the thought form that is known as Satan or demon. It's our psyche, guys. It's us. We all have it. We're all good and we're all bad. We just decide which road in life we're going to take. Some of us are forced into other roads through life experiences, because it's rougher than with some people than others. But the fact still remains, guys, that this place is ours. The world is your oyster. Now, the psyche, the subconscious and the conscious mind are always in conflict. Everything is in opposition in this place. Now that shouldn't be, guys. I think the opposition or the evil, the bad thought form that is possibly appointed to us to pick away at us, and the good thought form can tip you off and tell you where you're going wrong. The rest is up to you through free will. Words have swords. Power of the pen is mightier than the sword. There's no doubt about that. All you need is a good propaganda in the industry, and you can do more damage than many wars. The holy hand grenade. Fantastical shots, aren't they, guys? Whew. So, the apocalypse. Very good for decoding. We'll get to it, guys. It's on the tip of my tongue. I've been trying to, work it out in my mind in the night, but there's something just... It's almost as if the bad thought form is blocking me and doesn't want me to get it. And so it comes through confused. That's why I'm going to need your help at this stage, guys. Well, something's making all the buildings fall down. There's that disc again. We see this a lot. I've seen this on a lot of depictions. Maybe it's dropped from above, like the rod from God, which just causes a connective wave from above the dome, where there are windows. And discovered on Paul's show the other day, which I'll link you up and show you in this post, it talks about the islands of Janus, who's the god of portals and doors, windows, being one island in the North Arctic and one in Antarctica, two islands opposite one another, and they are both named after the god of windows and doors or portals out of here. Coinky dink? I'm thinking not. Look at these angels with bleeding eyes. So a big apocalyptic battle. So, Jesus, was he a giant? Let's have a think. Well, there are some narratives out there. This one's an interesting little link. It goes into basically the background. It's a bit of a dodgy old thing going on with this narrative, because it's saying basically the angel Gabriel, when he was doing his enunciating with Mary, I think there was a little bit more physical enunciating going on, if you know what I mean. And basically, it says in this narrative that she got locked up at 14 or something, so it was really dodgy. But anyway, what we're getting to is Jesus, in the loads of narratives, says that he was a big dude. Well, there's also the narrative that he's probably brown, or at least black, because he's basically in the Eastern Mediterranean, and they get a bit like me out there, don't they? A bit brown. So, anyway, I have always been intrigued and posted about many times about the Turin Shroud. I do not know why, but the image is haunting, touches my soul. I've posted about it for years, and I have a couple of books on the subject in my room. So I've always been really interested, but even that tells you that he's a giant. So I don't want to go too much into the narratives in the beginning of this post, but it says that might be Jesus was a very strong and tall person. Might be he was looking different than ordinary people. Maybe. Right. He was tall. According to the Arco volume, which I'm not aware of, has official court documents from the days of Jesus, and here we can read. He is the picture of his mother, so he looks like Mary, only he has not her smooth round face, but hair is a little more golden than hers, though it is much from sunburn, so he's a bit brown, as anything else. He is tall, and his shoulders are a little drooped. His visage is thin, and his swarthy complexion, though this is from exposure. His eyes are large and soft and blue, and rather dull and heavy. And there's a letter to the Roman consulate named Letullius, to the Roman Emperor Tiberius, who reigned in 14th to 37 AD. Jesus is described as having fair wavy hair, black eyebrows, black eyes, a long nose, and short blonde beard. So they got him as a bit of a Phoenician blonde person, because Phoenicians look like they're blonde or ginger in a lot of the depictions. So he was tall as a mountain. We have seen Jesus seems to have been tall. But how tall was he? Well, the Gospel of Peter says Jesus, after the crucifixion, came out of the tomb as tall as a mountain, supported by two angels, nearly as tall themselves. Interesting, eh? Well, another article, I'm asking, the Christian God could have been an ancient human giant, or rather giants in plural, because there are originally not only one God in the scriptures, but many. And yes, the angels were described as giants. So might the angel Gabriel, Jesus' father, I am your father, Luke, was he a giant? So there's a bit of a narrative of basically Gabriel early on in this article knocking at Mary when she was very young, or very, very suspicious. The Shroud of Turin, okay, this is in obviously Turin, but I've looked into it for years. Another source of description of Jesus is so-called the Turin Shroud, a piece of cloth measuring approximately 4.4 by 1.1 meters. My, that's big. It's believed by many to be the shroud that Jesus was covered with after his crucifixion. The imprint on the shroud shows a man from the height of 1.7 to 2.8 meters. 5'7" to 6'2". Oh, that's quite small. Not 6 footer. So nothing big about that. James's ossuary also states that he might have been a big dude as well. Okay, here he's actually 7'2" tall, blonde hair. Old drawings show him with an elongated back head. So Jesus, was he? Did he have an elongated head because he was like Nephilim? And there is the patronage of Jesus, according to this, okay? And they're saying that God was number one. God created. I think he was lonely and wanted stuff to do. Then Adam, then Seth, then Enos and Canaan, and Malali, Jared, Enoch, Methuselah, Lamech, Noah. And it goes on and on and on, okay? But they do say that he is a 25 generation giantage, okay? But there are some really unusual narratives where it links it to him being an actual other character, which we know to be Phoenician, etc. So they also say there's mistakes in the Bible where it's not monotheistic, it's actually gods. Because I don't think I'm actually monotheistic as such myself, guys, or anything theistic as such myself. I might be a mystic, but not a Christian mystic. Sons of God. So what did Jesus himself say? Did he claim that he was a son of God? Well, most Bibles, you can read this. They all asked, "Are you the son of God?" He replied, "You say that I am." Well, That is wrong. The translation is not correct. What they said was, "Are you then sons of gods? Are you then sons of gods? Are you the Ben Elohim?" Elohim is earlier explained in plural, which means gods. So Jesus replied, they said that there was a god, that he was the son of gods. Okay, you'll find the same in Ugaritic and Phoenician texts. Many gods. Yes, there were many gods in Mesopotamia in very old days, and might not be aware of the Bible names of less than 34 goddage, and then it goes into the Olympian. So, was he a dark-skinned Jew? Or Christian myth says he's a blonde Scandinavian Hyperborean type from Atlantis. Loads of narratives, but I think, oh look, King Og! King Og's in this. Whoa, my favourite ever Gyant. Yeah, because he basically kicked Moses' ass back to the make-believe Stone Age. Okay, so I'll give you the link. Read it all yourself. I'm quite tempted. Noah was a giant. Why wouldn't Jesus, dude, be a giant? So there you are. Loads of evidences and claims. Okay, giants in the Old Testament, etc. So I'll link that up to you. It's highly interesting, but we really need to move on because we're in our time. So it gets really weird earlier on. Read the narrative for it, guys. Well, Gabriel, horny Gabriel's just like, he's enunciating. I think this is a colloquial term for something else, you know. Yeah, I really do. And he's definitely connected with Enoch. Okay, he's a descendant. And a giant. A giant. So, yay, today. Was Jesus a giant? Well, I'm convinced. What say you? This is interesting. This is that one in the lake. Let me just show you these images again. I don't know, it's quite haunting. It's a bit like the Turin Shroud himself. But you can go over it when it's freezing and visit it. Yeah, right. Lost his arms in the voyage. I don't think so, guys. There's something else going on with that, don't you think? So I'll link it up anyway in case you want to read the article on it. But we're moving on. We want to talk about holy water in the Phoenician paradigm. Now, I've been christened. So I don't know how to get unchristened. Okay, maybe, you know, a sort of nun or something. I don't even know how to become unchristened, but they did some sort of ritualistic magic on themselves. Now, Jesus, okay, or Christ, Krishna, Krish, is a vibrational quality. So many think that Krishna, Christ, is a state of mind, Buddha mind, or Christ consciousness, or Buddha consciousness, if you like, or Krishna consciousness, if you like. It's a vibration and a state of mind. All is state of mind in this place, and they got everyone in this place in a right state of mind, okay, through fear and doublethink and making everyone go nutty and threats. Okay, I love the way that they say it's for your safety. Yeah. Why am I in danger? Yeah, you got to be safe from us. It's them we need the safety from. So Emoto's experiments on basically somatics out of water and vibrational quality when hit with a tone or a sound, okay, or in this case a word. Now you don't even have to say the word, guys. Even the written word will make the change. Even the written word. Because it has an effect on the ether, on the geometry, or the fractal nature of this place, guys. Mozart, John Lennon's Imagine, Love, and Before Prayer, After Prayer, I Will Kill You, looks like sludge. Thank you. Beautiful, like a snowdrop. Peace. Now, I've been talking about this for years, and this is a big player in my existence, in my life, the way I conduct my reality. I try to not have unkind thoughts, or say about people, or be judgmental, or anything, really. Just try not to have thoughts, if that makes sense. More imagery. And everything works a lot better, I'm finding. Now, I change the structure of my food through intent psychically, if you like, mentally, and water as well. Structure in water through intent. If you can write the words on it, it will make this happen. Compassion, thank you, wisdom, truth, eternity, harmony, love, joy, hope, angel, soul, all beautiful words which create beautiful geometrics. Before prayer, after prayer. Work of a mug though. So getting there, overstanding that, then when people say the words like H-A-T-E, there's a certain effect on the ether and people. So if you say that word to somebody, it will affect them. It might make them ill, but it will affect the geometry to something. Or if you say you are evil to someone. So the Phoenician paradigm is a strange one. It seems all aspects of this place, the things that we hold most true and cherish, seem to be a bit of a con. I'll explain all along the way. This is holy water. Now, I've been christened. They've sort of said some words. We'll look at the words. They're incantations. In my mind, this is the Phoenicians, the Roman Catholic Church. They brought in the globe. They've covered up their history. They're using phonetics. They're using weird magic. Okay? Now, if they were saying holy words and structure in the water like I just showed you, the priests and clergy over the font, would the font respond this way? Hygiene. Holy water fonts have been identified as a potential source of bacteria and viral infection. In the 19th century, bacteriologists basically found all of these bacterias in the water fonts. The other bacteria in samples of the holy water taken in a church in Sassari, Italy, in a study performed in 1995, 13 samples were taken when a burned patient acquired a bacterial infection after exposure to holy water. The samples of the study show that there was a wide range of bacterial species, some of which could be found infection in humans, like during the swine flu epidemic of 2009. They baptize you and welcome you to the Phoenician paradigm. All aspects, the marriage, the love, which is evil in reverse, the opposition to everything, is all created by these. Now, can it be that they're structuring the water with words and they're making it so bad that it gives you illnesses? They have to get rid of it in a certain way because they can't put it into the water courses or anything because this stuff's so infected with bad words. In Catholicism, holy water, as well as water used during the washing of priests' hands at Mass, is not allowed to be disposed of in regular plumbing. Roman Catholic churches will usually use a special basin that leads directly into the ground for the purpose of proper disposal. Hinged lid to keep over the holy water basin is distinguished from regular sink basin and can often just because of it. So basically they're disposing of it in a highly suspicious way. You can't go into the normal, has to be kept, weird as well in this narrative. Now this is look at this. In the Middle Ages, power of holy water was considered to be great. That in some places fonts were locked in the covers to prevent the theft of holy water for unauthorized magical practices. The constitutions of the Archbishop Edmund Rich, fonts are being used, unlock and key because of witchcraft, similar to charism, or the sacred oil kept in lockup. So maybe to make charmed things. So yeah, I've looked into the history of it a bit. It's a bit suspicious and it's a bit weird. And they are structurally changing the water. They have the verses here. I don't want to read them though, to be honest with you. But This is the sort of thing that the priest will, incantate into the geometry of water. Some water is super, super duper holy. And it's funny how Hollywood, the magic wands, gives you an illusion that holy water will get rid of demons and vampires and stuff, when in reality it does fuck all to them because it's a thought form. But it's almost like they're reversing it. Blessed are you, Lord, all-powerful God, who is Christ, who is living water of salvation, blessed and transformed us. Like an invasion of the body snatchers. Transformed us. Which we'll look about in another narrative further along in this post. Protection against evil. So, holy water is unholy water, and according to that narrative, infectious and brings disease, because them words that they're using make illness. Infected words, guys. Infected words. The infected words in the psyche. Now, I'll be looking into Greek mythology. We're going to look at a few beautiful images, some artworks from the Renaissance period and later 1850s with the pre-Raphaelite movement of beautiful water nymphs and the narrative of information, or in this case of water nymphs, hot babes coming out of the water giving you temptation, you know what I mean? So anyway, Psyche, okay, he's a Greek god, okay, so Psyche is the Greek term for soul or spirit. Okay, so psyche is totally of the human mind, conscious and unconscious. And there's books all about it by, obviously, Carl Gustav Caras, etc. So, in the narrative, the Greek mythology, Psyche mythology, a mortal woman in Greek mythology who became the wife of Eros and divine. Also, it states a bit later, I think, that he marries a cherub. He marries a cherub. Okay, now isn't it funny in the songs? Shoot that poison arrow through my heart by ABC. Or there's Cupid, draw back your bow. That one. Okay, and it's all connected with falling in love, isn't it? Now, what's going on with that, guys? Love, being in love, I mean. No, it can be a really miserable experience for many, or it can be the most fantastic thing ever. Either way, it's a bit of headfuck, isn't it? What is going on exactly, guys? Well, we'll get into it right now. And all making a lot more sense in my mind, but I need extra help. This book is fantastic. It is so fantastic, it gives me shivers every time I read it. It just gives me a buzz so hard. It's treatises and philosophies of an early time. I'll put the book back now. There you are. Historical, physiological and theological treatises of spirits, apparitions, witchcrafts and other practices. Okay, by Dr. Becker. And it's a 17th century text. Now, I've been going through it, but it's fantastic. And it says that we're all appointed a jinn, or a genie, or a guardian angel when we're born. And it can help, but it's always with you and it escorts you even after death, which is very similar to the Tibetan Book of the Dead. Anyway, I'll just give you a little idea of this book. I'll link it up, you read it yourself. It's fantastic. Actually, really buzzes me out. So, concerning those demons that had bodies, anyway. But there are another kind, more august demons, which are always free from fetters and ties of bodies, are drawn to us by certain prayers. So, like with the Phoenicians, we bring them in this place. And by that knowledge, we can get them out of this place also. This place is infected by parasites, demons, which being also free from fetters, I read that, from the thought of sublime demons. Plato thinks each man has been given him. So each of us has been given a demon. okay, as a witness and guard in passing this life, which though seen by no man, as always present and witness. So you are always being watched, whatever. Not only in our actions, but in our thoughts. So they're in our heads too, because it's in the water, and we're made of water, and they know what we're thinking. And that upon our return to the end of our lives, it's said that the genie presently carries us as their charge to judgment, and they stand witness to our trial. It says that they're not allowed to, the good ones basically are not allowed to, butt in so much, but they can tip us off. But if you're weak, okay, and you fall for the Venetian flashy light thing going on and things you don't ever need, and the adverts and the brainwashing, your ass is grass to these parasites. They will kill you, rip your soul to shreds. You won't even get through to the next one. They spoil it all in this realm right now. And it seems that the demonic thought forms have just increased. The good are getting better and the bad are getting badder. So I link this up. It's an absolutely fascinating study of the genie. Then obviously there's a lot of words related to genie. I was talking about Janus with that show with Black Sheep Research, and genealogy, Genoa, Janus, Janus, even gin, the drink, and the gin, and genitals. Even, the more you think about it, it's just, hang on a minute, what exactly is going on? So yeah, we all get one with us, and we're judged at the end, and the demons will be constantly bashing away, tempting us, weakening us with bullshit fantasies of non-realness that we can identify, and it's like, well, that's just a fantasy in my head, I need to get rid of that. So let's have a look. Same author tells us that Pythagoras, or whatever that is, thought that the genie were certain lights naturally implanted in our minds. Lights in our minds. So yeah, fantastic book. I linked this up, and we'll talk about some more of this later, but yes, I think this is the case. The psyche is prone to parasites, and by that nature we can kick them out. Anything is possible, all is mind in this place. Now let's have a look at some art for this time. Now, the psyche. So if you think of these images, pre-Raphaelite movement or Renaissance movement of wood nymphs or river nymphs, and you read the narratives behind them, they're very caring and stuff, there's no like evil stuff going on, they're not eating your brains out or anything, caring Mother Nature, Gaia types. But it's the information, the information coming out of the water. This is the Iliad, Homer, and he's also like the Greek hero in this tale, like Jesus in the Christian tale, and in this case he's also tied to a mast. And the sirens, that is their only hazard, is they call you to the rocks with their sounds, and you smash up on the rocks. I'm not sure what happens after that, but it's the temptation, isn't it? It's the thought form. Is this what they're saying? It's the Phoenicians tempting us with cuties. And look at these, don't they look like they're wood nymphs, right? This is a post-Raphaelite, which was a movement in the 1850s where they had back to this sort of theme of the old world. But they all look like they're related. They got little sort of elfish faces. They're awful pretty. And they live in the water. So I'd love to think they lived in a physical form. That would be super fantastic on so many levels. I'd have been in that water already. But also, the saying in Britain, we say for women, we say bird. She's a bird, nice bird. She's a nice bird. Okay. water nymphs. So they're also depicted as birds, the sirens. They come out of the water. In this case, these are mermaids, which I think are a definite real thing. As soon as they get out of the water, they change back, or morph. Metamorphosis, like Ovid's metamorphosis, COVID, into the water. I'm thinking what's happening at this stage is everyone's infected with words and thought forms brought in by dark magic through television media. Everything is chaotic, everything is confusing, everything is insanity at the moment. They're bringing out crazier and crazier, double think by the day. Nothing makes sense anymore. We all know their end game, guys. We're not going to be doing that, are we? So they're birds as well, sirens, and they're really noisy. Look, they does your head in. And now, what do the police use? They use sirens to come and rescue you. Well, the sirens drag you to the rocks and kill you. And the police really should reevaluate. That's a nice one. So, sorry, let me just leave that. You can enjoy that. They have a nice material and stuff. But I bet he's like looking at it going, thanks God. He's like, I'm glad I got lost. Thanks God. So she's a siren. He's like, I gotta see her. I gotta see her. She sounds like angels ought to sound. She smells like angels ought to smell. But she got fishy bits. Because she's a mermaid. She's Phoenician. She's water because she's in the water. It's a thought form. But I really do think the mermaids, the things like mermaids or the succubus, do come into this realm in a physical form. Don't ask. Arthurian legends, also women, water, weapons in lakes. And these images are basically the narrative in Hermetics and all of this Greek mythology is, Venus comes out of the water on a shell, and it is just all of the Phoenician narrative. Whatever these are, this family, they found a way to download themselves into the water in this realm at some stage, into this simulation, and they are demonic thought forms. Now, I thought about Jesus changing the water into wine. Would he actually do that and get everyone alcoholic and pissed and getting liver failure later? It's a bit of a shitty thing to do, really, isn't it? Wine messes people's lives up royally, as we know. Maybe the Jesuits changed it and it was actually fruit juice. That would make more sense. You don't want to get everyone drunk on a beer, feeding of the 5,000. How did Jesus manage that? Oh, 'cause Jesus was a giant and his fish was a big fucking tuna, and he had giant-sized bread to feed a giant. Now, wouldn't that make more sense that Jesus the giant shared out his grub and feeded 10,000 or 5,000? Yeah, it makes more sense, doesn't it, guys? Yeah, don't stab the mermaid or she's saving the whale. That is the cruelest thing ever. I can't stand hunting whales. So here she is. She's come out of the water. They're all blonde, aren't they? With the sound, the vibration. In the beginning was the word. A vibration. So they came out of the water. Well. They came out of the wells. She looks horrified to be here. Is this why babies are always screaming when they're born? It's like, oh, fuck it. No, not here again. The test ground, Groundhog Day. Oh, well, I'll just have to get it right this time, otherwise. So, yeah, well, they come out of the well. She looks horrified. It's a nice pic, obvious reasons. I don't know, it's just a beautiful artwork. So, something spooky going on at the moment with them as well. The powers that should not be. They're definitely after the children. They're going to come and inject us with apparently something, because it's a cure for something they haven't got a cure for anyway, because it's not what they're saying. Look at the skyscrapers in the background. So, a load of look like naked children. A mud-flooded road. Looks like a priest rubbing his hands. Deeply coded. What's going on? I couldn't imagine. It's highly suspicious though, isn't it? Wow. It's so fucked. And in the narrative, Enochian narratives, like the Nephilim, they had a liking for earth women, didn't they? Can't fault them, guys. Yeah, can't fault peeps. So, how did it work? Like, how did it work? You know, if a giant, like, is he Titan big? Because he would, like, you know, actually kill her, wouldn't he? It'd be something really strange going on. So, yeah, that's always really troubled me. So I think, they were bigger too, and the giants were really big. Look at Hermes with his Casus. What's he doing with that? He's going isn't he? And she's like, oh, but what? Like that. Oh, and the shield, ever present. It's not interesting. He looks a bit orange. Always the ever present curtain, flowing material, the flowing, always this. They say it's artist prowess, but I'm not sure. She's like, come here, you're my bitch now. Really creepy. So yeah, isn't it funny in the narrative for Venus and a lot of the religious narratives actually, it's, you know, gods, and fancying human women. Again, if you think of this in the analogy, oh look, the mask present, and pandemic, of thought forms in our psyche, and all being mind, which it is, then all of this is highly curable and becoming clearer by the day. It ain't easy, okay, it is not easy, but doable. So there she is, Venus. She's a blonde bird, and she's come out of the water in a shell. Shell, I reckon that's indicative of the female form, if you like. Definitely, that's what I'd say. Not that I'm like a professional artist interpreter. We're going to look at these later. That slipped in there. I don't know, that got in there for Lucknow in India. Now, Pre-Raphaelite again. Beautiful how they do this. Absolutely stunning. Absolutely love this art. What about this? Now remember, the water, the good water, the water, change your vibration, change your intent. The water that you intake, the water that you interact with, it manufactures your reality and it manufactures your dreams. All information is available. Consciousness is in fact coming along with us for the ride. At the same time, the more we awake, the more it awakes, and the more it shows us. All history, all time, wakes together. What a great moment. Can you imagine walking around in this day and age, tit hanging out? You get nicked. I tell you what, he's a bit cheeky this when he's like, can I have a little look, man? He's like, fuck off. Seems a bit dopey anyway. So again, weirdness with the material. I don't know what this blob is. Strange. Oh, look at that one. That's so trippy. That's a world that would be fantastic to live in, isn't it? Instead of spray paint, dog shit, masks. I posted on Instagram this morning, someone put a woman's police hat on the bin and pissed on it. So this is the sort of thing in our reality now, okay? But that is the reality that we had. But again, Phoenician lions, fountains. It's the whole watery theme. Analogize it. I think we got to an answer of what all this means. It ain't no big thing to wait for the bell to ring. It ain't no big thing, the tone of the bell. Love is the drug I'm thinking of. Oh, oh, catch a buzz. Love is a drug for me. He's orange as well, isn't he? So, I'm just going to take this earthly woman. Ugh, ugh. That's what's going on, isn't it, with these god dudes? They're just grabbing it. So, Pan's a big player in this as well. Somebody opened Pandora's box, no doubt about it. I can see what that means as well, because that's an analogy for the psyche as well. I'm getting it. It's all coming together. I'm getting it. Actually getting it. Like I said, it gets confused, and there's doors and there's barriers. They go, no, shut. You can't go down that avenue. But I know the answer is there. Maybe some more of you, other people here, can know what I'm trying to say. It's hard to even explain or even put all of this into words. You know, trying to decode the human being, the human mind. Is there anything bigger? No. Not our potential and what is going to come. There is nothing bigger. There is nothing bigger. We release it all. The world is our oyster. Take it back. See what I mean? They come out of the water as well. It's a thought. That goes deeper. Anyway. So I'll give you that little link and you can check out if you want to understand. Okay, now the etymology is a definite big clue to the whole thing. All of it is locked in the words, guys. You know, you look at the word information, you know, inform or information, anything with the ION on the end is ion, like the nation, or ion like a Zion in ion like a lion in Zion. ION is like the atom, as was proposed by Campbell, who's autodidactic, which we'll be getting together with and UAP very soon as well, guys, for another show. And I got something planned with Epic GeoShifter. Yeah, you heard me, guys. Yeah, I know. You were sat up then quick and went, what? Geo? All hail Geo. In fact, yes, that's true. We're going to be doing some work together. Very exciting. Super fucking fantastic. Wait and see. Anyway, Nymphs, Greek plural, nymphai, is a mythological nature spirit who appears as a beautiful young woman. Etymologically, the word nymph is related to the Greek word of bride. Homeric myth is Aphrodite. Okay, the mountain nymphs. So there's different types. You've got the river nymphs. So have we learnt anything? I think we have. I think this is a thought form. I think this is all analogy. I think in the case of the Bible, a lot of the stuff also as our ascending process, how we're supposed to do it here. These are guidebooks for living, guidebooks for reality, for consciousness, is what these books are. When you eventually see, it all makes sense. So Nymphs and Nyssa tended to Dionysus when he was young. So Dionysus, as you know, he's got many other incantations, one of which being Bacchus. So there's a background for the nymphs. So they were good to look at. I enjoyed them. And the Titans. I'll give you this link as well. The Titans are massive giants, but they're two types of a Titan. Where are they all? I climb up to the top of the mountain and I chop it down with the edge of my hand, and I pick up all the pieces and make an island. 10 points to whoever in comments tells me who wrote them lyrics. Often counted among the gods and goddesses, there are two main groups of Titans in Greek mythology. They come in different generations. The second generation is probably one you're familiar with. They are depicted as humanoid. So what do the other ones look like? Even if giant, or either ones are even bigger. The earlier ones are even bigger, as large as visible to the naked eye. So it's no wonder Titanic signifies exceptional size. So yeah, here's a narrative for Titans and their godly names. There's a few of them. Oceanus, the water again, the ocean. We'll get to that saltiness and what happened. Father of the nymphs. So Oceanus gave birth to the water nymphs. Did all you ladies originally come out of the water? In fact, did we all? Okay, are we all children of the sea? Perium's light, father of God, sun god, moon, and dawn. Kronos, aka Siren. Thea, sight of, and she was Perium's mate. Rhea. So yeah, Phoebe was oracle intellect. So yeah, I'm going to get more into Greek mythology, and I'd love to read it. And I love to. All my life I've been into it since the earliest I can remember. I don't even know why, but these are the Titans, the Olympians, or if you want to call them, Atlanteans, and the Giants. We call them the Phoenicians. So this is a cracking link for information. It's got loads of links and pictures that we'll be able to share to you. And this is another link which will give you fine art of antiquity from the actual British Museum. And you can just loosely flick through them. They're absolutely fantastic. I hope you enjoy them. So the inner coffin of Honojete in Thebes. So gold. That's good. Wow, check that out for a happy ass. Brass head of an Oni king of life in Nigeria in the 1400s. So I wonder what that tech is. Brass, guys, brass. Antiquat. Antiquat? Yes, Antiquat. Coin that. That's a new thing. Anyway, goddess Tara. Beautiful bit of artwork. And they look really, really nice on the screen. Raphael cartoon of the Virgin and Child. So she's no virgin, actually, and she's gone knocked up by enunciating. Okay, we'll just think of as another term. Okay, you know, I think Gabriel. I think he went around doing a lot of enunciating. You know, a bit like the Nephilim. They did a bit of enunciating too, didn't they, with Earth Women? Just saying. I love a game of chess, guys. I love a game of chess. Are you any good at chess? I'll give you a game. I can't beat my computer though. Shit. Shields are from West Papua. So I'll give you a link. You can go, oh my god, look at that. The Phoenicians made windows and invented glass. They say the Romans, but no. Wow, look at that thing. It actually gives off light. Is this got radioactive properties in it? Elements? So yeah, I'll give you that. I like to share links, you see, guys, and it gives you a lot more depth. You know, the death and memory, crystal skulls, desire, love, and identity, Africa. And it just gives you images and information. So I'll link that up because we do like to share. We're moving on. Now, did you actually share this this video out, guys? Did you? Would you please? Okay, coming back for more now. So, and this is just a human interest. On my last post, I talked about air balloons and the fantastic or magnificent age of Tartarian flight. Now, we had a famous aviator or balloonist in Cardiff, where I live, and this is the Roath Local Historical Society. Roath is a district in the city of Cardiff, where I live, in Wales, which is in the UK, which is currently under an extreme communist dictatorship of psychopaths and pedos who just sat in their houses waiting for the shit to come down. Not me. Anyway, Ernest Willows, he had a school named after him, Willows High, which a lot of my family went to, actually, over Tremorfa. But he constructed a number of air balloons, okay, in East Moors in Cardiff in 1905, when he was only 19 years old. Wish I'd have gone into ballooning at 19, but I fucked off into the Merchant Navy at 18, so I was doing stuff anyway. So, yeah, he basically went across the channel in front of a crowd of 40,000. This is my city hall in Cardiff back in the day. Hasn't changed. Hasn't changed. What's the date on that? 1910. Oh, see, this is all world building. This is knackered by then, and it was supposed to be built just before that period. and it's just looking dirty from all the traffic. So yeah, he left there and he went across the channel. There's some of the balloons that he built. See a bit of home stitching there. His most notable achievement was to fly from Cardiff to London in Willows 3 and became the first person to fly an airship over the Bristol Channel. But we know this is not the case from our last post. But it's interesting, in 19 he went into ballooning. Ballooning was the thing of this era. Cracking little link for the information if you wanted to follow this story of this interesting chap. There he is, Ernest Willows from Cardiff, famous aviator and ballooner. I thought I'd shout him because he's one of my homies, yo. Anyway, every vlog I do or share vintage photographs, and these are absolutely fantastic. They're of China, Japan, India in 1904 up to 1928. I'm only going to show you a few, or just because I need to get on really, otherwise it's going to be a fantastically long post. Gallagher changed overnight. I'm not sure what's happened, but it's changed overnight. They've changed it all. It looks different. Today, this is totally new to me. So yeah, a lot of wood and shitty shacks, but you'll find they got the most fantasticest Tartarian architecture going. Oh, let's go back. But they are beautiful, they've been colorized, and we don't see too much of this place. Look. And they give you a lot of Antiquity temples, etc. But they're all postcards, aren't they? Oh, that's nice. Dear, oh dear. Dear, oh dear, oh dear. So yeah, I'm almost there in my mind. It's just there. It is there. It's just, you know, trying to... What I'm finding is it's difficult to elaborate my thoughts, is what I'm trying to find the difficulty doing. You know, we've gone pretty deep here, guys. You know, it's effect on the soul, it's effect on the consciousness, the mind. I guess splattered, which it does. Probably this one will. It says, G is us. Jesus. It's telling us it's us. It's telling us it's us, guys. We do it. We affect change. This is our place. Easy. Peasy. Lemon squeezy. So they got the telephone in that little shitty little thing. No offence to the Chinese, like, but wow. That is pretty primeval. What are these? Big massive things. Maybe they're flagpoles. You get a flagpole on your house. Oh, that was a big old wall. Excuse me. Old world wall, because the buildings do not look like they belong with that wall. Same again. So yeah, that is tragically shit there, isn't it? Go shipping? Steel ships? So it's a Tartarian building there. Ooh. Look at this place. So yeah, a nice place to explore. So I'll give you the collection, and basically what you can do a little virtual tour of this place 100 years plus ago, which is what we like to do because we're time travellers on Flat Earth British. Okay, I'm leaking Arab because I want to get on. Okay, how do you get out of this thing? So this is the new format. You can't even get out of it. There you go. So, right, more images, and I'm going to be sharing this, and this will be up later tonight at 9 o'clock GMT. I will be with you in chat, having fun hanging out. This is what we've been up to all week on Flat Earth British. It's been fantastic. We've had a very exciting time. Now, in the last week, a week ago, I put up last Sunday, "Oh brother, where art thou?" for our brotherly Flat Earth British subscriber channel, who's made a post yesterday, and he's back. Okay, but he says he's not back, but he made a post, which is basically a contradiction in terms. So he is back. It's either is or isn't he? Anyway, so I've done a vlog on Melted Stone, if you haven't seen it. This is the Flat Earth British think tank channel, and we hit, thank you very, very much, I'm super grateful, 11,000 subscribers on that backup channel, only today. Only today. And then I did 4 hours of music by Mozart's Loaded 432, and with a collection of my images. Now, I have tens of thousands of images, and the Flat Earth British think tank photo drop is disappeared. I'm going to show you now what's happened. I do not know. But I want to share all my stuff, basically, guys. It's no use just sitting there. I'd like to share all my images, all my books. I got so many archives, but need time to do it, somewhere to do it. Just share it all. It's no point sitting there, and this stuff is invaluable. It really is. Really, really incredible stuff, guys. So, and then I mirrored my show with Black Sheep Researcher, who was Paul. Fantastic little show on my on our Flat Earth British Think Tank channel. You might want to watch that. About when Janus meets Mudflood. So that was a cracking little show last night, that was. So if you're on my Liedtke channel, I suggest you subscribe to this, because there's 4 videos this week alone, and we've had great fun. Okay. And in case you don't know, we also have the Celtic Tartarian channel. This used to be my old channel. It has 23,000 subscribers and over 1,000 videos. Now, going back over a year ago, I was getting a lot of views, and I got hacked, and I don't know, everything just went weird. But not far off where I am now. But further back, YouTube shared me like fuck, and they're not sharing me no more. They're hiding me. They always do. So this is where, you know, how all this really happened. Years of it really goes back to 2015. So in case you don't know, get over there. You can watch all these videos, and you might get, you know, more of a understanding of how we actually arrived at this incredible point in time, and how we broke the system, etc. Now, what comes next? This is our website, Mindblowing Mudflood. Okay, this is an absolutely fantastic website. I'm sure you'll agree when you go on there. Okay. And it links you up. Now there seems to be a problem with the photo drop. This is what you get when you click in it. Okay, so it's a bit unfortunate, is it's not there. Now if I go onto my Google Photos and I click it, all I get is hundreds and hundreds of photographs of my ones, but it says Flat Earth British subscriber on them. I don't know what's happened, and they're not even on the photo dump, so I don't even know what I'm looking at, but it's got Lee's name on it, so I don't even know what's going on, guys. It's all too confusing, but it looks like Google have done it. Okay, and it's not our fault. Okay, we really do miss it, and it was a valuable resource. I think because it was a free massive resource, same as on this website here. You know, we give everything free on this website, guys. Okay, as we will with all our content for sharing. So basically what Mountain found was earth shattering and mind blowing, and I wrote a book about it last year. Okay, the holy grail of our flat earth, okay, which is the reverse engineering of antiquity, proving the shape of this place and the keys to a new beginning. Everything from free energy to water tech in these books. In this book, get that on Amazon in a physical form. All the things to if you wanted to donate to my channel, help me out with my rent, or buy a book from Bewley's, or Instagram. I got big finger on Instagram. I'm on it every day. I love it, and I've already posted on it twice today. And my Reddit has disappeared. I can't get on there, and I don't know my password, and it's driving me nuts. So, Craig, if you're out there, what go on? FEB Twitter, I'm on there too. Okay, and these are some of the subjects. If you click them, you can go in and find out about these things. There's my son, who's Welsh Dragon Metals, Lawrence Liedtke, who does a YouTube channel coming up to 1,000 subscribers. Also valuable information about what has become a very important subject of recycling and making alternative currency for a post-apocalyptic world. So he fucking nailed it, my son, didn't he? Let's have a look at some... so comic could be still on the cards. Mudflood pictures and see what I got on there. Okay. So there we go, mud floodage. That's what it's all about. Mud. Mud. Glorious mud. Nothing quite like it for cooling the blood. Blood. Plasma. So we need to watch our words, guys. We really need to watch what we're saying. Somebody said in my chat feed last night that Esperanto would be the next language of this place. I can't see that. English, for sure. They nailed it with the phonetics magic spell. When you say to someone, you're looking well, really you're saying, you're looking hell. You know, how sick of them. So, And this is What If, a fantastic little video, a very emotional ride, that video I made a lot of months ago, about a year ago maybe, as a promo from a book, and it was just magical. So I'm going to share some images of the day now with you, lovely people. So I watched a vlog of a new mud flood lady a couple of days ago, and she's fab. She had me in hysterics. She's from Moldova, and her name is Lorra. I'm going to link her up, give her a sub, guys, because I'm not being funny. For a person with 167 subs or whatever she had, she's doing work that thousands of people should be looking at. I was just like, wow, this is good. This is good stuff. She does it the same way as I make videos, just narrating, doing funny things, and she's really funny. So I'll link that up. But she was looking into Lucknow. Funny name for a place in India, Lucknow. But it's this Tartarian empire, and they're saying in the independence wars of 1857, when they're fighting with all of these Indians, the British Raj, there's absolute massive devastation. But I think it's mud flood. Look at this, guys. Bricked up, lower levels under this. And something about this terrain, it looks messed up. And it's supposed to be, after some sort of battle. But this is mud, guys. Can you see these buried? It's all mud. Outside of these gates. Lucknow. So more Renaissance art of a lady listening through the wall, seeing what she can find out. Use a couple of. So she's nosing. Walls have ears. They have ice cream too. So here's some of the spooky fontage. Okay, they got the double Taurus thing going on, all that tech of the Phoenicians, and it's got spells, hoc signo vinces around it. Okay, to make that water so fucked up that'll make you ill later on. There's a Phoenician with the actual fish. They baptise children in that stuff. Unless you go to a priest like he's a Catholic, he'll just strangle your kid in front of you, in front of the parents. Did you see that video? Sick, wasn't it? So apparently that was Cannon taking out this fort at Lucknow during this uprising. But there's only 3 blokes there, and like all battles, it's all over, isn't it? Maybe something like a meteor storm hit it, or something. Some sort of other event. And this is a font, believe it or not. This is actually in India, again. And this is for baptismal purposes. They do it in the Ganges, don't they? To purify themselves. This is a magic spell. This is what's going on. I had a mate who I worked with years ago, and his name was Paul. And he was a Jehovah's Witness from Pontypridd. I worked with a big gang of Jehovah's Witnesses. So, great fun with them. They were absolutely brilliant. Easy to corrupt. I'm only joking. Anyway, so... no, they were living a lie, actually. They were just normal blokes. But he said... I said, what was the most happiest moment of your life? I said, well, me, probably when my kid was born. That's always a really cool day. He said, when I got baptised. I said, why, what's it feel like? He said, I stepped out like another human, transformed. I thought, that sounds weird. So what we got here is, I think it's a girl in the street that either playing because she's smiling, but at first I thought she was like, where you fatting going, missus? I'm going to give her a scrag. But I think they're like playing, because these two are playing. I like that dog as well. It's a beautiful shot, that. Your world, so innocent and lovely. What's going on with this? He's playing a snake, and he's got a chicken ass. Snake pipes. Snake bite. And here is Gabriel. We're learning about Gabriel. Seems to be a bit of a horny dude. And he's killing, in his, if you like, St. George form. St. George form. Killing a dragon, which is electromagnetics. It's a beautiful. See this building in New York? Right, you want to see it in a modern day for decoration. I mean, there's not one single centimetre of this building unaffected by Phoenicians. Now, understanding the geometrics of this place and the fractal geometry, can you imagine the effect of this evil, tainted stuff emanating out into the environment? All of this, even this banding, is a technology, guys. Technosmia. Look at it. What is that? Wow, 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 wow. You telling me that don't look old world tech? Crazy for a New York fleur-de-lis church. But look at the decoration on it, guys. You have some unbelievable old world stuff in New York, guys. You really do. Oh, every American town people are sending me old mud flooders and pictures. I know, you know, every town. You name it. The shells, you see. It's a crossover between, even on a Christian church, or whatever church this is, there's a crossover between, you know, the Indian technology, which you see on the stupas, with Christian. It's both technologies on that. So somebody else is coming out of a well. Well. Pussy in the well. Who pull her out? Loads of clues in nursery rhymes as well. Ring a rosies, a pocket full of posies, a tissue, we all fall down. It's fantastic, isn't it? It's just nothing unaffected. I bet that feels weird in there. I bet it feels weird looking up at it and near it, but look at it in the modern day. Is that not fantastical? It's even got a dragon going up here. Chevrons. Fantastic. And Old World America doing some what looks like roadworks, and that is in that castle is Boston. There's that dragon again. This building's fantastic. The attention to detail. Imagine them doing this in the modern day. They couldn't manage anything like it. They don't understand the geometrics or the science. Two crazy big Arderons, which in this case are statuettes. Steel plate, no fire going on in there. And there's always the double columns. Always. The 11, because I hit 11,000 subscribers on this channel, on Flat Earth British channel. So yeah, they replicated the themes of Phoenicia in Brazil, in Chicago, the expositions, the Vatican, and Germany. Identical. Same people. Death cult, Babylonian death cult. Basis there. Worship on dropping the vibration through human sacrifice, black magic, and other stuff that we are unaware of. Well, I'm learning. And how to fight back. Don't need an army. Need to release isokinesis, and this is available on Instagram. This is Red Mercury. The guy also does Red Mercury baths. It's highly toxic. I wouldn't know how to approach it. I wouldn't know how to touch it. It'd probably kill me. But I am very tempted. You know, if you imagine if you covered yourself in a suit of this stuff, I would be invisible in mirrors. Better be pointless in like the real world, because everyone could still see me. But what a fantastic superpower to have would be invisibility. It's got to be at least the pervious superpower of them all. Definitely, don't you think? What would your superpower be, guys? Gals? So yeah, it's a real thing. It's available on Instagram and he's selling it. I would love to get hold of some of this, find out how much and how to approach this stuff. The guy put it on a sauce, so he didn't have gloves on or any visors or anything, so I'm sure you could experiment and find out if this stuff is really what they're saying. Vampire blood. So it's real, and it's verified, and it's for sale. I can get hold of some, guys. The Holocaust. Now, they're doing heat guns at the moment and scanning everyone. They're desensitizing the children to getting used to guns. They did the same thing in Germany. It's for your own safety. This is in the Ukraine, actually, holocausting and killing people. He's looking up there. He's going to get shot into a pit. Now, don't mean to alarm you or anything, guys, but you know the beast that is in control right now? Yeah, it's got nothing on these lot. Nothing. These lot would be like, if they were looking into the future, it's like, you fucking guys nailed it. Yeah? There could be a point when this sort of thing would be common practice. They all got guns, they all got amounts. What we got? You want to wait for that? History repeats itself, guys. Everyone's in a lot of trouble unless they wake up quick. There's the Cliff Hotel on fire in San Francisco that I mentioned on my last vlog. They just stood there, little girl with a dog, look. And they just let it burn. Just let it burn. So that's Cliff Palace Hotel, San Francisco coast. And these are just random pics that I picked up in photographs of what looks like a completely wrecked and melted civilization. Coglari of a bunker system melted. Isn't it funny how quick nature takes things back? If we were all to be killed in some sort of weird pandemic or depopulation thing, the cities would end up like this. This is Angkor Wat, obviously, but it didn't take no time at all for, you know, vegetation and great root systems to take this place. But isn't it like a squid? Now I think the octopus is also key to this story. Seems to be in the code somewhere, just like the owl, all the rest of them. So we have some Italian cities. 1, 2, 3, 4-story buildings. Sassari. Blocked up, blocked up. Well, that's really, really old, isn't it? Old world tech. I wonder what the tower was for. Landing platform, probably. And look at the meltage going on here. Gary again. Little elephant on there. Look, guys. Can you see a little elephant? Nice touch, isn't it? Oh. Oristanto. No people at all, is there? Everyone's gone. Oh yeah, there's 2 people there, sorry. But still, where is everyone? And there's a fountain, sorry. Again, Phoenician. And one of them devices we mentioned on the last vlog again, guys, with 4 angels. Almost as if like this is technology they're showing you. And water coming out constantly out of this. It's a fountain, isn't it? Yeah. Oh, that's incredible. Gary's, there's a cave of some sort. The big lintel. Melted civilization. Well, that's taken some hiding. Pose the question, why are they having the bad windows up there? No one's going to climb in up there. What are they going to do, steal like golden candlesticks? You see them really high up, and I'm thinking to myself, well, why up there? So Scientific America were definitely showing in 1913 the transport of the day was not very good, hazardous, and going to come down. This is a touch of CIA programming, getting you away from the Zeppelin, the Graf Spee Zeppelin, and ballooning, basically because planes were going to replace them. So there's a nice little bit of propaganda from Scientific America. Wow. The wobbly columns. Doors for the Gyants that was once here, and now they got smaller ones. All blocked up. Things missing. And the bars up there. Who's going to steal in there? It's to keep things in, not out. Because nothing's going to climb up there. The ladder. I just don't buy that. I think something else is going on. They're keeping something in. And they're iron as well. Iron and the spirit don't mix. They can't cross like salt. Oh, I'm getting it. Oh, that's fucking spooky. She's just getting fantastical by the day. The never-ending story. Consciousness is with us, egging us on, showing us the keys. For the more tuned in of us, there's an aerial there. We see there's many of us in on this puzzle. All of you lot, thousands involved. We all contribute. That's why we're getting answers. Again, out of the water, in some Arabic depiction. A dragon in this case, chasing him, eating him. Oh, fun. 111. Doors are opening. The wait wasn't punishment, it was preparation. Drop a love if you agree. I think it is. This is the creator, the encoder, the writer, God, whatever you want to call it, consciousness or reality, showing itself to us, guys. It wants us to prepare. Look at that piece of crap compared to this beautiful chunk of mud flood. That's what mighty building. So there, they come in red mercury valves as well. I'm not sure what technology these are for. Maybe you could enlighten me. This guy's selling them and they contain red mercury. Spooky, they put red mercury in valves. Hope it's not for televisions. And the most intricate stonework ever in a crown. Yeah, no, it's fantastic, isn't it? So, I'll be coming back on screen shortly. Please, please, please make sure to share this out. Subscribe to all Flat Earth British channels. And watch all the videos that I'll be linking up. And subscribe to everyone else as well. So, this is how I imagine we lived, guys. A bit like Avatar, but in mighty trees. Like literally living in there. Would you like that? I would. And my house on the side of a tree. Would you? I would. Do you like tree houses, guys? I do. Would you like to live there? I know. So, an oscilloscope's music, actually the vibration or the tone or whatever shows on the oscilloscope shows exactly the same geometry as what you get on a star thought. So what are star thoughts, guys? Well, we know what they're connected with, don't we? Sound, vibration technology. Vaches would have a problem taking this out if it emanated an oscilloscope sound. And she gave no fucks, not even one, and she lived happily ever after. The end. Good advice, ladies. Take that. And gentlemen, okay, don't give a fuck. Zero fucks given, no fear on Flat Earth British. Break this wide open. Giants. They look like they might be druid giants, and they have like what looks like piezoelectric forces, or are they Solomon sigils? But I think they got a little German to exaggerate in there. They keep doing it. The American, Patagonian giants, big giant dude in America again, a couple of Tartar giants, and a massive big giant who had to have his work altered. Giants left over from when everything was giantage. The giants are still around. They're all in the pile of globetrotters. This is King Arthur on a statue on the coast of Devon in England. And where I live in Wales, everything is King Arthur. I mean, everything. I'm thinking King Arthur is also an analogy for the consciousness, or the rite of passage, or the way of ascension. I think it's all that. They got a monkey in a flask here, star in a jar again. I think they put in some sort of juice into it, but I think they're homunculizing. These look like electrical, don't they? And he's got wires into him. In fact, I'd go as far as to say that wasn't a monkey at all. It has got similar features, but I'm saying this is some sort of homunculus in the Victorian era. Now, when the Americans or the Europeans, the Phoenicians, the evil white man turns up in America and in Florida, this is basically a 16th century depiction of the Florentines, which were blonde-haired, very, very large, as in 7 foot. And he's like, we've had this here all along. And they're showing him this thing which they're worshipping at it's a column, and it's, you know, it's mathematically formed. Okay, either he's brought that as a gift, and it's a bit like the monolith to the monkeys on Kubrick's Space Odyssey, or he's showing him existence of who was there before. Look, who was here before? All right. Did you get my drift? And this is how they arrived as well, back in the day. Octopus again. She's riding an octopus, she's riding a seahorse, and she's riding a pair of dolphins. That's how you should be getting around, guys. Get rid of your car, get a dolphin. So that is also dumped in Lake Michigan, come up with the same photographs, but it could be St. Thomas under Lake Mead, another town that was submerged. Love that image. So, more Renaissance art of a chaotic theme of the Bacchusite meal or supper, like the Last Supper, where everyone's like getting naked, cavorting and stuff. Okay? With all their spoils of a stolen civilization. The Bacchusites. The ones who rule us now. You've seen them, guys. You've seen them in their masquerade balls. They just got everyone, you know, basically doing a masquerade ball for them, haven't you? Haven't they? So, all the world's a stage, guys. Take your role. And there's that African from Nigeria with a brass hat on. Pretty funky, that. So that was standing there. There's a photograph, and there it is. Don't see the stairs. Mudflood did. Curious, curious. So there he is, Janus. Named January's named after this god. God of portals. Stacks of clues. I have to watch Black Sheep Researchers, a bit of an authority on Janus, but these facets. Is this our bad minds and our good minds? Is this our subconscious and our conscious? Is it a marriage in between where we meet the two hemispheres as we're supposed to do? We just become as one. Check this. Jesus Christ's shrine or tomb in Jerusalem. Pretty holy place. Holy moly. So here's another Phoenician, lovely colorized. We have the double fasces, Cherubinowski's, Lolleaf of Control, all the usual flowing flowers, and a maybe on a rammed head ship arriving. They came across the water. Funny how the word war is in water. It's a warship. We worship our leaders. So this is in Barcelona, Madrid, turn of the century. Motorcars not yet available, but they have big things here, which I gather for the trams maybe, so I'll give them that because it's tram lines. But what about that? They're 5G in the 1900s, early 1900s. Did they have 5G before the motorcar? And there's more of luck now. Everyone living in tents, in squalor, as was intended by the Phoenicians when they arrived. And these are the builders of that great civilization. British stole. Excuse me. So that's a real life depiction of London outside of Bank of England. It was chaotic. There must have been dozens dying every day. People in there. I think it's staged. And that's how cool the shops were. That's a stereoscopic shop. I'm into stereoscopics. There's Janus again, thumbnail on my video, on my last video. I think Led Zeppelin's album covers with big clues. There's one, Houses of the Holy, which shows you blonde children climbing up from a coast or on a beach. And they'll show you the Zeppelins blowing up on a lot of their album covers. I think Zeppelin covers a big cluage. Also, Pink Floyd. He's got a big magic mushroom there. Easy now. And more of luck now. Absolutely beautiful place. You see what I mean? Look at this, right, Mothership. We've all got this album, but it's an Antiquity building, isn't it? It's got like Big Brother slogans, the pyramid, the lightning, arrows. It's all there. The code's strongly code. So there's Queenie. She got a few tattoos as well because she used to be a biker when she was a boy. Okay. And she's ecoiling because, you know, they do that because they're Nazis. And there she is with her dad and her mum. Okay, I've seen her. She waved at me, Queen Mother. Yeah, she went, "I'm going to eat you." And there's the Queen. Go on, see Kyle for the camera. Okay, Daddy, let's see Kyle. See Kyle. So yeah, a bunch of Nazis, as you know. The Fourth Reich are in control now, anyway, in case you didn't know. So they're a new extreme version, not like the old ones. Bit more crazy. Look at the pineal glands. Oh, they're going to invent some weird shit for us. God, she's a magnet lily, turns out, isn't she? And look at that fine world. I know what you're thinking, guys. You're thinking you've been epically robbed right now, aren't you? Because you have. It was the great civilization hijack. Wow, guys. Wow. And there's more evil fontage. Tell me if I'm wrong. That's what that link says. This stuff makes you ill. And if, you know, what we learned or what we overstand about water and intent. Guys, it doesn't have to be seen. You know, our emotions literally define this place. And can you see an emotion, a love, a smile that can make somebody literally change their lives? You know, these are electromagnetic responses in this place, guys. And look at this, dressed as astronauts, and they have that French early movie, and I think this is some sort of, like, he's looking at gone off. I think they're saying no. I think they're saying it's bullshit. And this, I put on a thumbnail for my video last night, and fucking YouTube removed it. What on earth removing this? Yeah. Still, at least her breasts will be safe from electromagnetic radiation, so that's always a good thing. Anyway, so there he is, Ernest Willows, off to fly across the channel in England, in Wales land. He's a ballooner. Don't know where he got his money from. And a lovely melted bridge. That's a really lovely picture, isn't it? So I think that's it. I'm coming back. Wow, did we get there? I've got more images, but I'll tell you what. I'm going to come back for a second. Wow, was that cool? Jesus, the Gyant, Unholy Water, and a load of other things besides. Loads to think about on Flat Earth British today. So that's me, my post. There is more etymologies have been decoded as well, which I'm going to talk about along the way. But basically, I can't think anymore. That was loads. Make sure to subscribe to Flat Earth British and share, please, and keep your vibration up. We changed this. This is ours. Okay, broke the machine, and now we got to go the whole hog. The rest is next. I don't like that saying hog because it's pork related. Go with the flow. Flow's a weird word as well. It's like wolf back in reverse. So maybe not go with the flow. Do we move or do we stay still? Okay, we're spirits having a human experience, guys. So fear is academic bullshit. Really. I hope I helped. Anyway, peace and love to you all. Be good and don't do anything I wouldn't do. See you on the next video. Keep an eye on Flat Earth British for stuff happening on my Instagram and all the good juicy things that will be linked up below. And all the juice. Peace and love.